Hello there, and welcome to the wonderful world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Croak.
Hey guys, it seems that Nintendo or Game Freak, this is Nintendo's website, but everyone is so stoked. It's actually really early in the morning. It's 6 o'clock. It's about to be 6 o'clock, and people are just spamming the chat, spreading rumors. And I just thought I'd cover this because, well, I happen to be wide awake at this time doing some psych homework, and I happened to lose my side tier showdown match last night, so I was pretty pissed about that. But I didn't go to sleep since, so. Yeah, I got the news that they're going to, well, I've gotten this news a long time ago, and I actually wanted to put this in a Poison Jabber, but it's just so busy with the finals and everything. You know, AJ's busy as well. He just came back from Spain, and he has all that jet lag and stuff, and so, you know, we can't really get a Poison Jabber in, but I still got this, so I'm waiting. And a lot of people have been saying that there's going to be evolutions, you know, EV evolutions, just because on Twitter Pokemon posted that. Here, I'll actually scroll to the Twitter page. Here we go. You can see they posted about EV, or how many possible evolutions of EV are there. They asked a trivia question, and people just got so, you know, they got so clingy on that, and I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that. And here it goes.
Hi, this is Iwata from Nintendo. Our first Nintendo Direct in 2013 is a Pokemon Direct. In this Nintendo Direct, I will deliver the latest news on the Pokemon series direct to you.
Okay.
The Pokemon series has been published in 7 languages and enjoyed in more than 70 countries all over the world. So this Nintendo Direct is broadcast to Japan, the Americas, and Europe at the same time. It will take about 10 minutes, so I would appreciate it if you could stay with us until the end.
I will stay until the end.
Before I get to the main topic of this Nintendo Direct, I would like to briefly look back at the Pokemon series. Pokemon Red and Green,
it's gonna be big,
which were the first installment in the series, were released in 1996 for
Why are we
Game
looking
Boy
back?
in
So that we
Japan.
can introduce a new one?
The package for Red featured Charizard, and the package for Green featured Venusaur.
Right.
After these original Game Boy games, software packages for the Pokemon series have featured legendary Pokemon, which appear at the climax of each game's story. However, in Pokemon Red and Green, these characters are the evolved version of the Pokemon, which players receive at the beginning of the adventure.
No, don't tell me you can evolve.
Offering the 2 different versions of the game was a new concept at the time, but the fact that different Pokemon appear depending on the versions, encouraging players to connect their Game Boy systems with a link cable in order to collect all Pokemon.
I'm at climax right now.
Positively received by fans.
Did you guys see that comment?
I'm sure some of you watching this Nintendo Direct have enjoyed trading Pokemon characters with friends using a Game Boy link cable. 2 years after their release in Japan,
teasing so hard right now.
Pokemon Red and Blue were released in the Americas and Europe. Since these initial releases, there has always been a delay in bringing the Pokemon series to countries outside of Japan.
Look at how many people are watching. Holy shit.
Pokemon Gold and Silver, which were released in Japan in 1999, were designed for Game Boy Color, so vivid colors were introduced to the Pokemon world. Rare Pokemon of a different color also started appearing in this series. I clearly recall that fans were anticipating the release of these 2 games because it had been a while since Pokemon had become widely popular by that time. In addition to the two characters featured on the packages, Ho-Oh and Lugia, there are various legendary Pokemon characters such as Raikou, Entei, and Suicune, which appeared in various locations, and I'm sure many of you had fun trying to capture them. Around this time, the Pokemon series had gained a great deal of popularity outside Japan, but it took approximately 1 year and 1.5 years to release the games in the US and Europe, respectively. Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire were released for the Game Boy Advance in 2002, and these titles offered upgraded communication features made possible by new hardware improvements. Double battles and tag battles could be played using the Game Boy Advance link cable. Double battle enables two players to battle each other using two Pokemon, and tag battle is a battle where 4 players create a tag team and battle each other using 1 Pokemon per player. These additions added more strategy to the game. Around this time, we also restructured the production for overseas editions and were able to release the titles about 6 months after the initial release in Japan. Additionally, Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, which were released in 2004, included the wireless adapter for the Game Boy Advance, so players could enjoy Pokemon gameplay such as Pokemon battles and Pokemon trays conveniently, without the need for a link cable. The wireless adapter was developed by the hardware development teams at Nintendo, but I suggested offering this to be used first in the Pokemon games. Nowadays, it is very common to perform Pokemon communication without cable, but this was a big turning point.
It was.
Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, the Nintendo DS games released in 2006, also made tremendous progress. In these games, you could battle and trade with anyone in the world using the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection without leaving your home. Pokemon Platinum, Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, Pokemon Black version and White version, and the newest Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, which are still fresh in our memory, were all released for the Nintendo DS. Nintendo DS was the first hardware system to have multiple games from the main Pokemon series, and so we have arrived at today.
Yes.
As you can see, the Pokemon series has evolved along with new Nintendo handheld systems over history and has expanded the range of its gameplay.
Is it a PC game?
Now,
it's a PC game.
2 completely new games in the Pokemon series will be introduced to Nintendo 3DS. Take a look at the next evolution of the Pokemon world in this video.
Wait. No.
Pika, Pikachu! Pika, Pika! Pika, Pika! Pika, Pikachu!
Discover a breathtaking 3D world.
Oh. Meh.
Encounter new Pokemon.
Goosebumps. Holy shit. Holy shit. Nerdgasm. Just nerdgasm happening everywhere. What? So they didn't run out of ideas. They fucking died. Roki. That's a pretty bland name, but I'll take it. I don't care.
The more you battle together, the stronger your
You can see their whole body now. No. What is that? What is that? How does that even... It looks like a weird Souls bug.
Pokemon adventure is about to begin.
Gray.
Introducing
Gray
Pokemon X and Pokemon Y.
Oh my god. Oh my
The
god.
next generation of the Pokemon series for Nintendo 3DS,
Seriously?
Pokemon X and Pokemon Y, will be released in Japan, the Americas, Europe, and
X
Australia
and Y?
in October 2013.
That's pretty damn... I
The
didn't even...
Pokemon titles in the past have been
What?
released in other countries months after their initial release in Japan due to the need to localize the games to meet the individual needs for games in various countries.
Is it going to be released at the same time?
As indicated by the long history of the Pokemon series, there are a large number of Pokemon found in the games, and a significant amount of resources are required for localization. Our challenge has always been
Challenge.
how can we deliver Pokemon games to people across the world at the same time, while ensuring that the quality remains high. With this release, we've been able to overcome this challenge and release these titles to fans in the Americas, Europe, and Australia
at the same time.
October.
At the same
This
time.
means that you can enjoy the adventure found in Pokemon X and Pokemon Y with trainers everywhere this October.
I love you.
The Pokemon series has always offered new style of gameplay to coincide
I have the biggest
with
smile
the
on
new
right now.
Nintendo handheld
Pokemon
hardware. Features enabled by the Nintendo 3DS will be incorporated in the game, and in order to evolve further,
so cool.
teams continue work on the development of these titles. In addition to meeting new Pokemon, you will be able to see some of your favorite Pokemon again on Nintendo 3DS this October.
Is
That's all for today. Thank you very much for watching.
Aww. Oh my gosh. So much. Okay. See, now, if I was in elementary school or middle school, I'd probably go to school and I'd be like, guys, Pokemon X, what? But now I'm just gonna sit in class and be like, Pokemon X, Pokemon Y. Oh my god, that is so cool. And they globalized it, so it's, you know, we have access to it at the same time that they do, so we can purchase it the same time. It's all gonna be released at the same time. That's amazing. That's nice. You know. Okay, that's great. Because at first I was like, okay, so they're gonna. At first I thought because he started talking about how he's like, oh, back when Green and you know, Red were out, you know, you had corresponding because it was Fire Red, you had Charizard, and it evolved into 3 Pokemon. I was like, so you're going to be able to evolve your Pokemon into a 4th evolution? I was like, holy shit. And then I thought it was going to be, they started talking about like Wi-Fi and stuff, and I was like, oh, so then it's going to be a PC game, because he's talking about, you know, and then he started talking about like getting access to it and stuff, and then, so I didn't know that he, okay, so at the end though, he like surprised us with a little information that's, you know, that's really not expected or anticipated, but you know, it's still pretty cool that it's globalized now, and well, it has been globalized. It's just, you know, it's released at the same time as in Japan, so that's pretty cool. And I was just not expecting. I mean, at first, of course, I expected like, oh, they're gonna start showing us like how it developed and introduce a new game. That was kind of like a given. I was like, okay, that's definitely going to happen. But you know, I don't know. I was just going through different ideas, and at times I thought of different things that he was going to deliver. Like but at the end, he delivered the first thing that I ever thought of was, which was making a new Pokemon game. So. That's pretty cool. X and Y, I'm really looking forward to it. Seems a lot of my friends have been very bored with the Black and White 2 and Black and White the generation. They're just waiting for another generation, and here they got it. So that's good news for them, and it's always good news for me as well. And no Windows. Okay, before my computer starts breaking down, I'm just gonna end the video here.